stop, turn the key and cooler on. This a pause for relief.
Hi, welcome back to my channel. Happy summer break for those of you home with your kids, if school's out yet for you. I wanted to give a little mini studio update. We moved some things around, we got rid of some things and created a lot more space, and I'm really loving it, and I'm really getting excited to start our creating for the summer. So I just wanted to show you how the space has changed a little bit, and I'm just going to turn the camera around. Okay, so this is the door that looks out onto the courtyard, and I got this little wicker drawer set on the Buy Nothing group, and it's really cool because it holds a lot of little things. I got some collage paper in it, some more collage paper, some watercolor pencils, some gel pens. I got a new sketchbook, and then there's some stencils and some extra foam. And then on top of it, I created this little mood board that I'd been talking about making. It's just an old cork board that we had lying around. And this is some of the inspiration that I was showing you in my last video. So I put that on there. And I just love having something like visual to look at while I paint. I've got my little Dolly book right here. And there's like a little whiteboard calendar if I want to start using that. And the easel and shelves and everything are pretty much the same. But my painting table was starting to get very cluttered, which it still is a little bit more cluttered than I would like. But there is some workable space on it now that I was able to put some of the stuff in the drawers. So everything on here is organized and ready to go. Got my new oil pastels that I'm really excited about. My inks, my foam brushes, my multicolored charcoal pencils, which I haven't used yet and I'm very excited to use. Mark making tools, my regular paintbrushes, some like thicker, more quality paints here, some more everyday paints that I got to start the Taylor Swift project, and then all my other paint that I already had. Got paint pens, markers, more oil pastels, more paint pens, and watercolor. And here we have my brushes and water cans and spray bottle and my gold and white acrylic that I use all the time, and some liquid medium so I can try out some mixed media. I haven't done mixed media in a very long time, but since I'm in an exploration phase, I would really like to try it. And then I got rid of, basically I had like a rug here and a Play-Doh ice cream cart and an extra chair and stuff. So I got rid of all of that, and I'm really glad to have this whole space open with some of my finished works in progress, some canvases that I'm going to be using this summer, all ready to go, and some shipping supplies. I've got wood boards and some more collage paper here. So it just feels so spacious to have this whole area open now, because I can open this big garage door and let air in and have place to like put work while I'm working on it. So that makes me really happy. I put my lights and my tripods in the corner over there. Basically we got rid of that whole Jeep toy that was there, taking up a lot of room, since my daughter's too big for it, and brought in an additional shelf here. So basically it's just got like some of her works in progress on top, but I left some spaces open because it's just good to always have extra space. She's got some like craft supplies, some of her works in progress, We got paint sticks, markers, crayons. We've got some of these little things like from the dollar store to do this summer. Little wooden things to paint that she got at the dollar store and on Amazon. And some little craft sets that she can do. Of course, we've got paper towels and wipes, which is always a need. And basically all along the walls in here, I have like some large canvases that I haven't used yet. I really take advantage of like every area in this room. And this is just a really nice window that lets in a lot of light. And then this is her main craft area that's like all labeled. I've got coloring books, acrylic paint, canvases, Play-Doh, and then the bottom is all the Play-Doh pieces. We've got a bin for finished artwork, a bunch of kinds of paper, construction paper and watercolor paper, additional paint and glitter glue, slime supplies, felt and yarn, a bin of just like stickers and miscellaneous craft supplies, all the clay makings, kinetic sand, stamps and fabric paint, and then additional space up here for works in progress and like paint water jars and things like that. And then we've got, of course, our trash can that we need all the time. Another lovely window. She's got her little easel that has a whiteboard on one side and a chalkboard on the other. And then I'm just still really in love with these little lights and plants and creative books that inspire me. And this is her little work table. And then we usually have this door open to the courtyard for the air to come in. So yeah, I'm just really loving it. I'm loving how spacious it is. I love that it's stocked with art supplies. I have a couple things on the way from Amazon, but mostly we are good to go to start creating. Today is the first day that school is out. And I'm gonna turn around the camera and give a little update. Okay, so as I was saying, I'm just really excited to have made so much room out here in the art studio. It was feeling very crammed with the extra toys and things that we had stored in here. And now I feel like I can breathe and I feel like there's space to make things and I can open both of the doors and let the breeze go through. And everything, both for my daughter and for like I'm stocked on all the art supplies and I have creative inspiration going here on my mood board and some things I want to start exploring, like trying a little mixed media again. I'm going to allow myself to play around with materials and colors and composition in a sketchbook, which is something that I've never done before. I usually just go right to painting and kind of paint intuitively in the moment and don't really give myself like any time to kind of try out new ideas like in a sketchbook in a sort of informal way. So I'm excited to do that. I'm excited for our Taylor Swift project. If you didn't know, my daughter and I are going to paint all of the Taylor Swift album covers in an abstract way as an exploration of color and composition. So I have some 14 by 14 canvases and she's going to be working on 8 by 8 and we're going to be doing that this summer. In general, I'm just feeling really inspired to create and to paint all sorts of things, and so I really don't know what is going to come of it, but I'm excited to have some open-ended time, like without school pickup and drop off and kind of all the things that go with the school year has kind of gone away for now, and we have like 2.5 months that is pretty open, and we'll be doing a lot of like swimming and play dates. So we're going to be still doing a couple things each week that are scheduled, but other than that, our week is really wide open. And my older daughter is pretty self-sufficient and kind of makes her own plans and does things with her friends and stuff like that. So yeah, we're just all really excited to enjoy our summer. I've been feeling really inspired by like Italian summer videos from the south of France, watching different creators on YouTube that like make ceramics in the south of France and Sydney, Australia, and Italy, and just have been really getting excited and inspired by this sort of coastal aesthetic. Not quite the same as the coastal grandmother inspiration that I had last summer of like the Hamptons and this summer I turned pretty and that kind of aesthetic. And this summer I'm feeling so much more about the European summer, the Italian summer, basically Mediterranean vibes is what I'm feeling. Those kinds of colors, those kinds of foods. I've got like a new cookbook and just looking into making some like more fresh foods and foods on the grill, lots of fresh fruits and veggies, and maybe some fun cocktails, maybe some limoncello. And just been also starting to dip my toe in and like watch some movies that are inspiring to me. I watched Letters to Juliet last night, which takes place in Italy, and so movies like that. And I have a whole stack of summer books that I'm really looking forward to reading. And so I'm just feeling very in love with the seasons nowadays, especially as we're embarking into summer. And I think I've said before that like summer wasn't always my favorite time of year, but I'm really finding in the last couple of years that coming up with like a little bucket list and a guiding inspiration aesthetic and books and films and shows and foods and things like that really get me in the mood for the season and really show me how to really enjoy it. One of the first people that really showed me that was Darling Desi, who's here on YouTube. She has a great summer starter pack and she does these for every season. And it just really helps with like romanticizing your life a little bit and just really getting excited for all the season has to offer. So that's basically the creativity update. I hope the next time I'm on here I'm going to be showing some painting progress, and I'm really excited to do that. Another thing that I just wanted to talk about right now is that I'm finding myself dealing with a little bit of perfectionism because I haven't posted a video in a couple of weeks, and a lot of things have come up basically in the last few weeks that made it so it was more difficult for me to create either painting or filming or anything else. And I just want to encourage you that if that's you, if some time has gone by and you haven't gotten to the thing that you love doing, that's okay. Life is that way. And if you can hear it in my voice, I've been sick the last probably week and a half. Both me and my youngest got back-to-back sicknesses where we were like sick and then we were good for like a day and then another sickness. The last few days we've basically been laying in bed resting, and this is the first day I'm moving around since then. And I really didn't think I was even gonna necessarily get to film a video today, but I really wanted to. And in my mind I was starting to have that like self-doubt of like, okay, well this isn't perfect and that's not perfect. And you know, when I'm not creating, I have so many ideas of like, this is the kind of video I want to create, or this is the kind of art collection I want to do, and I don't always get to all of the ideas. And as far as today goes, I didn't really know what I wanted to talk about, even though I have a long list of ideas. It was kind of feeling like, well, I don't know, maybe I'm not exactly where I want to be yet. Like I haven't completely finished vacuuming the art studio yet, or I haven't gotten the last few art supplies in from Amazon, and I'm not quite ready to start the Taylor Swift project today while we're still kind of recovering. And then I thought, you know what, this is a great opportunity to come on here and just say, show up anyway. If life gets in the way, show up anyway. You know, you don't have to show up in the middle of it, like obviously if you're sick or something, you know, is going on, but like if you fall off the horse, so to speak, that it's okay to get back on and say, hey, it's been a month, it's been 3 months, it's been 2 years, however long it's been. I've been out doing X, Y, Z, but I want to come back, and you know, maybe it's not perfect and the conditions aren't perfect to get started today, but you know, it feels really good to like break that seal. And just like Stephen Pressfield talks about in The War of Art, that half the battle is like getting in the chair to start the writing and just overcome that resistance. And this was a perfect opportunity for me to do that today, is just overcome the resistance and get right back to making a video, and hopefully encourage others that may be going through those ebbs and flows of creativity, that's perfectly fine. And you know, when you're ready, or even if you don't know if you're ready, but you want to be ready, just come back and start creating again. Yeah, so basically things can get in the way, whether that's, you know, for me, the last few weeks were just things as simple as like we got some new furniture at an estate sale. We had to move a lot of rooms around to incorporate it. I kind of felt myself thrust back into that declutter phase where it was like, okay, I have a bunch more stuff to be getting rid of. And you know, I wanted to kind of like beat myself up for not being done with the declutter, but then I watched a video where somebody was saying when they tried to live a more minimal lifestyle, at first it took them about a year to get their house decluttered, and really it took me about 3-4 months to do so. But it's still a maintenance thing. You know, you bring something new in, then you have to get rid of more stuff. There's more organization to be done. You know, we got rid of some stuff just even in the art studio. I needed to bring out a new shelf. You know, it took a whole day just to kind of get the art studio like back the way that it needed to be. And there were other rooms I was working on as well. I'm making like a library record room to go into and read books and listen to records. We're using the old homeschool room because, you know, both my girls are in school now. So it takes time, like life takes time to do other projects, you know, like, and so if you're going to be creative in the long haul, there is going to be times where you need to set it down. And not to say that like you can't go create in 15 minutes or you can't fit it in the middle of life, because you absolutely can. I have done that before, right when my youngest was born. But there are times when I'm okay letting it go and focusing on other things, because I do better when I'm kind of focused on one thing at a time. Another thing that fell off for me a little bit was going to the gym. I went 3 weeks in a row of 3 times a week. I got sick for a week. I went back for a week and made those 3 times again. And then everything kind of dropped off again in the last few weeks. So as the house kind of took precedence, the gym and the creativity took a back seat. But I know that these are my priorities, right? My home and family, my wellness, and my creativity are my focuses this year. And so if one needs to come back and kind of take over for a minute, then the other ones need to take a back seat. Eventually, I want to be balancing all of them, home and family, my wellness, and my creativity throughout my days, throughout my weeks. But basically from where I'm starting the habit of exercise, decluttering my house from, you know, the beginning, and getting back to creating after not creating regularly for a couple of years. These are all things that take time and extra effort to get going, and in order to build that momentum and those habits back. So all that to say that if life has gotten in the way for you for any reason, away from something that you really intended to be working on, then, you know, honestly, like it circles back around. Sometimes it can feel like, oh my gosh, like I'm in the middle of this thing and I'm never gonna get back to this other thing that I want to do. But it will, the seasons will change, and all of a sudden you'll find yourself immersed in that thing that you really wanted to be doing. And that's what I hope for myself this summer, is to, you know, maintain the organization and declutter of my house, and to give advantage of some of the extra time that I have to focus on a little more on my wellness and definitely creativity, because this is the season for it. So yeah, I just wanted to encourage you. And also, if you have kids home this summer and you're a creative person, I would love to make a video about that and talk more about like how I manage that over the years. Some summers better than others. But yeah, let me know if you want some ideas on creative ways to entertain kids in the summer. Let me know. Or if you just like some tips on how to maintain creativity for yourself, please comment down below. I have a lot to say on that topic. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you find some summer inspiration of your own, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.
Turn the key and cooler on.